So this video is dedicated to my good friend Kyriss, who passed away earlier this week. He was only 48, and it's quite a devastating loss for his friends and his family. This video is going to correlate with his life, and I will give you some suggestions about learning, working, and living. I knew my friend Chris for the past 8 years, living over here in Surabaya. He's from Germany, and I met him through this networking event called Internations or Bridges, and he was one of the organizers. So one thing that I really loved about Chris was the fact that he brought people together, and I think that's probably one of his legacies. And even though he worked really, really hard every single day of the week, Monday through Friday, he still also made time for his family, especially at the weekends. During the week, it was probably a little bit tough for him because he had to travel all the way from, I think it was Pandaan or Probolinggo, or not Probolinggo, but it was quite far from Porong, I think it was, out where the factories are here in Indonesia. And so it took him a while to get back to the house. So he was working pretty hard, very hard for his family, building up wealth. And then, of course, at the weekend, he would just spend time with his family and, of course, build up network with different events around Surabaya, especially with the expat community. But, of course, we are not all perfect, right? We make choices in our lives that affect our future and affect our health and affect our family. And I think one of the things that contributed to Chris's death, untimely death, was probably his habit of drinking tons. He was a really good drinker. He was German, so of course it was part of his culture. And then of course he was smoking, but I don't know if that was the contributing factor to the death, but maybe so. And so I think one of the key points of this video, as I go into some of the points here that I want to make, is your choices truly do matter. Like how you spend your days matter. How you spend your free time matters. How much time you spend with your family matters. And so we want to try to reach like an optimized, not necessarily balance, but fulfillment between what we're learning, what we're working on, and how we are living. So learning, working, living, reaching a fulfillment. So we have 168 hours per week, 24 hours a day, right? 168 hours per week. Let's say if we spend 30 of those hours on our families and our relationships, and we spend 6 hours throughout the week with friends, and we spend 7 hours, 1 hour a day, right? On professional learning, reading a book, whatever it may be. Then we spend 45 hours actually working on something, whether that's the job that we have or maybe the business or whatever it may be that you're working on. And then 24 hours on hobbies and entertainment and 56 hours of sleep. Of course, those hours could be divided out a little bit differently between the two. But the ones that you truly have control over are probably how much time you spend with your friends, how much time you spend on your relationships and family. You may not have a choice with the work that you do, especially if you have like a 9 to 5, right? You cannot choose those hours. Those are the hours that you have to work. And then, of course, you can choose what sort of hobbies that you do, and you can choose how many hours you sleep per night, but it's preferably if you get between 7 and 8 to get a solid amount of sleep, because that's very important. So it's probably a good idea for you to write these things out like I have in my notebook and just say, hey, how many hours do I actually spend with my family, building up a strong, sturdy relationship with them? How many hours do you spend with your friends? Is it way out of proportion to how much time you spend with your family, or how much time you do professional development, working on something, creating something, producing something? We can't really have a true work-life balance, work-learning-life balance, but we can try to optimize it. We can try to choose which activities that we are going to do during the day. Like for example, right now I'm creating this video. I could be taking a nap with my family right now. That's exactly what they're doing right now. Or I could be reading a book right now, or I could be working on some schoolwork right now for my students. But it's my choice right now to be filming this video. So think about all the choices that you make every single day, every single week, and try to choose wisely. Try to think about your future self, because you do not know how much time you have on this planet. You don't know when you're gonna go. My friend was only 48, right? He could have had many more decades left in him. And who knows what he would have done with that time, right? So I think the major message here, the lesson for you that we can take from Kyriss' life is families and relationships truly do matter, and building up a wealth to make sure to take care of them if you are gone. When you are gone, they're well off, the family. So I'm not too worried about them, because they are, I think, financially well off, because Kyriss did a good job of building up that wealth. And then of course, having a strong network and connecting with people around you and building up those relationships, because I've gained so many good friendships through my friend. I just met up with a few people because I met them through Kyriss, and that's something that is going to live on in me, that message to connect and be a great person to get along with and connect people together, so that way we can have a great network. And especially here in a foreign country, a lot of foreigners over here, they need a strong network of people that they can trust. So that is the major message for this video today. Let's just try to embody this, try to implement this in our life, and just realize that nothing is perfect. You cannot have a true work-life learning balance, learning, working, living balance. There's no right mixture, but the thing that you should try to strive for is to have that fulfillment and happiness. And if you're in that good place in your life and making great decisions, continue to do so, and think about your future self. Think about where you want to be in 10, 20 years, 30 years, and make sure that you are sturdy financially and health-wise. Get checkups, right? His wife told me, hey, make sure that you get a checkup, once in a while. Check up on your health, make sure that you're all right, because you never know. He was feeling fine, and then just it happened. So yeah, guys, just wanted to pass on this message, and it's a memorial to my friend, right? This video will be up on YouTube. Everyone can watch it, and his memory will live on through the people that he impacted. So thanks for watching. Make sure that you are subscribed, share this message to others, and I'll see you in the next video.